Okay. Uh, Sorry. Okay. Today we will study one topic. It will be a little difficult for you people, but as I am saying, just try to understand a bit. First thing is those people who are regular candidates, uh, who are not lateral entry students, so those they have definitely studied C, because in your second semester you have the subject C. So definitely the subject C theory classes were taken, practical classes online was taken, so definitely you have studied the subject. And for lateral entry students also, those who come those who say, uh, for them also, I think in the diploma C is a basic language which must be there in your syllabus. Okay, so in that language, that in that subject C language, there is a chapter called function. Okay, so if I start with that chapter, then I will be delayed in completing my syllabus. So in order to explain this concept of array, there is a term called function. Function means like when I am writing anything in the programming, I am writing int main. So main is a function. In between this main, I am writing anything. So in C language, since main is a defined system defined function, in C language an user can define their own functions also. So a function is something which is meant to do some work. Suppose in my main, I do not want my main function to be large. In my main, I am just telling, find out the area of a circle. And whatever that, for finding out the area of a circle, we know I will need the radius, then I will have to multiply, do the calculations and all. And suppose there is another function where I am doing this. Suppose there is my main function. Okay, in my main function we write everything now, and there is another function named area where I am doing these calculations, take the radius from the user, then do the calculations, then print, and the result I will send back to this main function. So main is containing only one printf statement where it will say, this program is to find out the area of a circle. Then there will be a function call. What is a function call? So there must be a call to this function where this function is written. Once the function call is there, the cursor will go where the function is defined. He will stepwise do all the activities that are defined in this function, and the result it will send back to this function call. Okay, and there I will just do one printf statement. The result of the area of a circle is this, and I will do get ch. I will use close graph. So you see, still now we have been studying that inside the main only I am doing everything, but it can be also like inside the main I am not doing the calculations. The calculations I am doing in some other function which I am defining, and inside the main I will just call this function. So I will just simply call this function. So when this function is invoked, it will do all the things and it will give me the result. And inside main, you can see I am just using to printf statements. I am not doing anything. So when I am writing this, I can write first my main and everything, and then here I can write this function, because in the compiler you cannot write anything side by side, right? This is where I am, when I am teaching you the theory, I am showing you this side by side. So inside this I will write this. So what happens, line by line it starts executing. Whenever the cursor gets a function call, it will jump to the statement where this function is defined. It will do everything line by line, again it will go back. So this is the concept of a function. Sometimes when we have very large program modules, we do not write everything inside the main. We always write in separate functions. Suppose I will tell you, suppose there is one main function and that main function is calculating a lot of things. Suppose I have a triangle, it is suppose it is calculating the area of a square, it is calculating the area of a rectangle, it is calculating the area of a triangle, it is calculating a lot of things, it is calculating. So all the codes, all the calculations, if I write in the main, it becomes a very disturbing thing for the programmer to understand. So what is the concept? The concept is we will write these as separate functions. And whenever something is needed to find out the answer, I will just call this function. So this will automatically point to this. So this is the concept of function in the simplest term. In order to break our modules, the functionalities, we sometimes do this function concept. We sometimes write the functions and we call these functions inside our main. Okay. So the topic which we will be studying today is passing arrays to function. Now this passing arrays to function, so far we are talking about 1D array, right? We have just talked about 1D array. There is only one index, row wise, everything is row wise, one index, I, right? So this passing of arrays to a function is generally done in two methods. One method is we can pass the entire array. Another method is we can pass the individual elements in an array. Now under this individual elements, there is two other section. We can pass the data values, that is whatever at each cell is containing that data value we can pass, or we can pass the address of the array. If I pass the address, if I pass the index, so what, so the index of an array will contain some value, some data value. So either we can pass the array as an address, like the index positions, or we can simply pass the individual data values, or if not the individual elements, we can just pass the entire array as it is. Okay, these are the methods how do we pass arrays to a function. Now one by one we will be learning what are the with examples. I will be definitely try to solve one program also, so that it is better for you people to understand using the concept of this function and array. Okay, fine. Now suppose I am saying that pass data values. Okay, the first one I am going pass data values. So as I have just we have seen that individual elements, it can be passed as we pass variable. So suppose, now one thing I must tell you, the function which is calling another function, that function is known as calling function, and the function which is being called, that function is known as called function. So whatever example which I was showing you, main is my calling function and area was my called function which is being called. So suppose I have a calling function from where the function call will be invoked, and I have a called function. When I will be explaining you with an example, now this thing will be more easier. But just try to understand the theory. So when I am saying main is my calling function, and inside main, suppose I am writing an array, okay? Okay. So I have declared an array and I have initialized all the variables, all the data values in this array. The data values are there. I am writing a function where I will pass this array. Can you say that whether I have passed the entire array or I have passed some specific element in this function? Have I passed the entire array?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No. Only one element of the array is passed, right? So my
Yes,
index
ma'am.
is 0, 1, 2, 3. So array of 3 is my 4, element 4. In the function I am passing array 3. मतलब array 3 के location में जो data value है 4, that 4 is passed. Now when I am passing this function in the called function, there will be a function with the same name, func. Name of the functions must be same, okay? So there is a function func, so that when I am dealing with integer numbers, that this function will also take a number with this integer. एंड सपोज यहाँ पे हमने तो ये डेटा वैल्यू पास कर दिए डायरेक्टली, फंक बोल के जो फंक्शन है उस पे तो डेटा वैल्यू किसी वेरिएबल में ही जाएगा. सो सपोज दैट वेरिएबल नेम आई एम गिविंग इज a. So whatever value is coming from the calling function, this value will go to the called function and will be saved in my variable a. And what I will do, I will just suppose using a printf statement, I am just printing this a. Fine. So at the end, if I run this program, what will it print? What will it give me as an output? My output will be 4. What is that?
4.
Yeah, right. So I have declared some array with some variables. I am in the next statement, I have done what? I have done a function call. And inside the function call, I am giving only one parameter, that is one value. Whenever a function call is invoked, from this, the cursor will directly go to this statement. Even if there are few statements under this function, below this function, see few other statements, still it will directly go to this one when the function is invoked. And I am using one parameter, right? So here I am also using one parameter. If here it may happen that in a function I am sending two values, comma देके देके हम लोग value send करते हैं. So यहाँ पे भी वो दो value लेने के लिए दो variable भी रहना चाहिए. If I am sending two values, here I will declare two variables. If I am sending three values, I will declare three variables. ये हो सकता है कि हम तीनों वेरिएबल ना प्रिंट करें. मेरा मर्जी है कि हम एक ही वेरिएबल को प्रिंट करना चाहे, दैट इज डिफरेंट. बट व्हेन आई एम सेंडिंग समथिंग, द रिसीवर मस्ट आल्सो एक्ट लाइक दैट. When I am sending three variables, here also the function should be able to handle the three variables. Inside the function, the user doesn't want to show three variables, that is different. But the function should be able to take three variables. So here I am sending three variables, and here I am writing only int a. How will the other variables go? They will float in the memory, no? So it will give me a wrong something. So this is the way how we pass array. See, we are using array and we are passing the array, right? What happens is when you will see when we pass normal
मैम
data values ना, कोई कुछ बोल रहे हैं?
यस मैम
थोड़ा चैट बॉक्स में लिख दो ना बेटा, हमें
मैम
सुनाई नहीं देता है, मेरा लैपटॉप में कुछ
मैम
प्रॉब्लम हुआ है शायद, थोड़ा चैट बॉक्स में लिख दो।
हेलो मैम
हाँ, हाँ चैट बॉक्स में लिख दो, हम पढ़ेंगे। अभी तो हम फंक्शन हम लोग एरे पढ़ रहे हैं, इसलिए हम ऐसे एरे इंडेक्स इंडेक्स देके दिखा रहे हैं। अगर हम लोग एरे नहीं पढ़ते, हम लोग नॉर्मल वेरिएबल यूज करते, तो फिर यहाँ पे हम फंक्शन डायरेक्ट नॉर्मल, सपोज आई एम सेइंग इंट a इक्वल टू 3 4 5 ऐसे, तो हम वही भेजते। जो फंक्शन यहाँ पे कॉल्ड फंक्शन है, वो ये बॉदर नहीं करता है कि वो नॉर्मल इंटीजर वैल्यू है या फिर वो एरे वैल्यू है, क्या है वो डिफाइन नहीं करता है। वो जस्ट देखता है कि मेरे पास एक वेरिएबल है जो डिफाइंड है और उसका टाइप इंटीजर है, एंड जो वैल्यू आ रहा है उसका वैल्यू क्या इंटीजर टाइप है एंड उसका वैल्यू क्या एक ही वैल्यू है। अगर एक वेरिएबल है तो वो ए के भीतर घुसा देगा, बस इतना सा ही कॉल्ड फंक्शन बॉदर करता है। अच्छा, जो बोल रहा था प्लीज लिख दो चैट बॉक्स में, तुम्हारा अभी तक नहीं लिखे। So this is one method that how we are passing the data values, using the data values, how we are doing that. Now we will see just a small change will be there, how we are doing this address by passing the address. हाँ लिखा है, देखते हैं। If we want to pull all the array data values at a time in some called function, then how we will perform it? कॉमा देके लिखना है। सारा एरे एलिमेंट्स एक ही टाइम में अगर पास करना है, देन वी सेंड द एंटायर एरे विच इज कैटेगरी 2, पासिंग द एंटायर एरे। बस ये एड्रेस खत्म करके ही उस पे आएंगे, ठीक है। ये है इंडिविजुअल एलिमेंट्स को डील करना। और if I want to send all the array elements at one go, this means passing the entire array to a function which we will study just within 2 minutes. Okay, so अभी क्या है, we are passing the address. So how do we pass address? सारा कुछ सेम रहेगा, ठीक है। डिफरेंस कहाँ पे आएगा, एड्रेस का बात होता है तो फिर वी डिनोट लाइक दिस। And one thing more, when in a function I am passing the address of array 3, मतलब इस 4 का सपोज एक एड्रेस है 1003, सपोज इस फोर्थ लोकेशन में जो एड्रेस है, द एड्रेस इज 1003। व्हेन आई एम यूजिंग द फंक्शन एम्परसेंड array 3, this means it has passed 1003 to the function. So 1003 is not my value, right? Here I will need to declare a pointer in star a. When I am declaring a pointer, it means 1003 लोकेशन में जो डेटा वैल्यू है उसको ए के भीतर लो। तो 1003 में मेरा डेटा वैल्यू 4 है, 4 को ए के भीतर लो एंड वी विल ऑल्सो प्रिंट द पॉइंटर। नाउ माई आउटपुट विल बी 4। When the address of any index is passed, the value is not passed, the address is passed. When it is going to the called function, we need to print the value also. Here we are declaring a as pointer to a variable. So once we declare that, the value at this address will be placed. If I wouldn't have done that, then if I have used only int a and percentage a, then 1003 would have been printed, which is not I was wanting. I am wanting to print the data value. But also address, using address concept also we can do that, but here I will have to declare pointer. Pointer gives us what? Pointer will give value at that particular address. Is these two concepts clear? Yes or no? Here I have done one change and
Yes,
here I
ma'am.
have done another change. Two changes, same logic. Is this thing clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the second thing which that student which she asked is if अगर सारा चीज को भेजना है वो हम लोग कैसे भेजते हैं. So this means we want to pass an entire array, right? So what, how will it be? So there will be one calling function, there will be one called function. Suppose same I am doing, okay, same example अगर तीनों तरीके से दिखाएंगे तो वो better होगा understanding में. फाइन. फंक्शन में हम लोग क्या सेंड करेंगे? पूरे एरे को सेंड करेंगे, बस एरे नाम दे देंगे. जो तुम एरे नेम में यूज किए हो ना, उसी हूबहू उस नाम को ही तुम भेज दोगे. क्यों नाम भेजने से चलेगा ये भी हम एक्सप्लेन करेंगे. अगर एरे को भेज रहे हो तो फिर एरे को लेना भी तो चाहिए. 5 का एरे है, 5 एलिमेंट्स अगर भेजते हो एटलीस्ट 5 का एरे डिक्लेयर भी तो करना चाहिए. तो यहाँ पे डिक्लेयर भी कर दो. अगर चाहो तो सेम नाम रख सकते हो, अगर चाहो तो डिफरेंट नाम भी रख सकते हो. फंक्शन नेम्स मस्ट बी सेम. दिस इज द नेम ऑफ द फंक्शन. दिस मस्ट बी सेम. And this thing it can be same or cannot be same, not an issue. ठीक है. क्यों not an issue है वो भी हम लोग बताएंगे. So यहाँ पे सपोज हमने int i ले लिए, यहाँ पे हम लोग एक फॉर लूप चला रहे हैं. i0 से लेके i, अच्छा पूरा ही लिख देते हैं. i0 से लेके i लेस देन 5 तक i प्लस प्लस कर रहे हैं. फिर उसके भीतर हम लोग एक प्रिंट एफ स्टेटमेंट यूज करके मेरा एंटायर एरे को दिखा रहे हैं. What just happened? Here, using this single name, I have passed all the elements in my array. Since I have 5 elements, I have passed. So, in the called function, when this will go to this line, there I will also declare one array with 5 elements. Fine. And what job I have done? I have printed those 5 elements. Just a basic thing. Now, why name भेजने से ही क्यों होता है? The thing is, when you were studying the chapter array, the first thing I said is array name by default gives us the element at the 0th index of an array. I did say it. Array name is not just a name, it is a location also, that 0th index में मेरा ये value है. So whenever I am sending this array name, it is automatically calculating that 0th index में मेरा ये value है, and from here I am going to take all the 5 values one by one till my array is exhausted, right? So this is how, by simply writing the name, we can denote which location से ये start हो रहा है, उसका data value क्या है. Because in C, the array name refers to the first byte of the array in the memory. Array name is not only a name, it refers, sorry, so whenever it will refer to the first byte of the array in the memory, it will always refer to this element. This is the first element. And we all have studied and calculated that if I can know the first element, if I can know the base address of the first element, if I can know the type of variables my array is handling, likewise I can just calculate what are the addresses of my next elements. So the remaining elements addresses can be calculated using the array name and the index value of the element. So I am getting from the array name, I am getting the first place where in the memory my array is there. So this address I am getting. I also know the type of variables my array is handling. So accordingly, using that function, I will also get the next to next to next all the memory addresses. And likewise, I will get all the data values at the memory addresses. So passing the function, passing the array name. So when we need to pass an array, entire array to a function, we can simply pass the name of the array. Okay. Okay, first let me give you the attendance, then I will explain this part, that how I just used one name and all. Okay. जिसका क्वेरी था एंटायर एरे को सेंड करना है, क्या वो क्वेरी क्लियर हुआ? प्लीज चैट बॉक्स में लिख दो यस और नो, सो दैट आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड. Okay, so everyone please mark your attendance first. Okay. So I think everyone is able to do that. So I am stopping the share. Fine. Okay. So what happens is, whenever here what happens is, what is declared as a parameter over in the called function, what happens, the same array name, even if it is used, a copy of that array names is happening. Suppose in my calling function I am using the variable a, and here also I am sending a, and here also I am using the variable a, then no problem will occur. Why? Because whenever
Ma'am, screen is not visible,
something
ma'am.
to a calling function, a copy of that variable is happening,
Ma'am,
and any changes is applied on this copy of the
Hello,
variable. The
hello.
actual variable is at it as it is till all the changes have been occurred in the copy of the variable, and at last I am sending this variable to my called function. There the actual variable is updated. So whenever I am doing something, I am sending something as a copy, as a through this platform calling function, a copy of that actual variable is taking place, and all these functions inside the called function is happening on a copy of that variable. But whenever last step I am sending this to this, here on the actual variable, all the changes that are occurring is being saved. So for this reason, we can use the same name, no problem occurs. Tanay Bhaskar, okay fine, I will mark your attendance manually. So this is the reason why using the same name also no problem is occurring, since a copy of that variable is being done and all the changes are made to the copy, that is replica of the variable and not the actual variable. So at the last we are doing something on the actual variable, so I can use the same name. Okay. And one thing I just needed to show, that when I am saying now that function and then I am using array, right? This means I am sending the entire array. Suppose you do not want to pass the whole array, you just want a part of the array to be sent, suppose a sub array. Then you can write like this also. Suppose I have an array where there are 10 elements, and in that 10 elements I want to pass the array starting from the third element to the last element. Okay, first two elements I do not wish to pass, so the third element will have the index as 2, 0, 1, 2, 2 index. So here from the 2 index, if I calculate 10 elements is how much? If I start from the third, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I start from index 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 elements would be a part, because there are 2 elements. I am starting from the third element. 2 elements I am not printing. So how many elements will I print? 8 elements. So 8 elements I want to print, and starting from my second index location, the function will send all the elements in an array up to the 8 elements. So this is how we send whenever we pass to send a certain subarray. So this will be the function call in place of that. That is the index location from where I want to send till the last element till where I want to send. How many elements? Suppose I have 10 elements. Starting from the third element, I want to send only 2 elements, right? So this element and the next element. So how many elements am I sending? Only 2, right? So here instead of 8, I will only write 2. That means starting from array index 2 location में जो value है, वहां से लेके बस 2 element को हम send करेंगे. That is I am sending only third element and fourth element. That's it. So this is the way how we want, when we want to pass not an entire array, just a sub array, this is the way how we do that. Okay, so is this thing clear to you all? Less than a minute is left, so if there is any query you can ask me.